Hi, and welcome to question one of paper two for the 2020 Leaving Cert Ordinary Level Maths. And as always, if you want a copy of these notes, just send me an email at shanetroy@gmail.com and click subscribe just to get access to different playlists and videos and stuff. Now, our first question here is probability. So these can be hit or miss depending on your skills in terms of probability. If you get the hang of them, they get easier, but I'm always on my back foot when it comes to probability. Possibly because I never did it myself in secondary school. In the old syllabus, it was one of these areas that could be discounted, and often we focused on sequences and series because you didn't have enough time. With project maths and the newer math syllabus, it's been shortened down, and there is time to cover, or at least better, more time to cover the actual syllabus and covered with some level of ability. Anyway, so a restaurant is offering a three-course meal consisting of one starter, one main course, and one dessert. Now, I'm making this in the COVID era, third lockdown, so God, what I'd kill for a three-course meal and a bottle of wine. However, so there are four different starters and six different main courses and eight different desserts. Now, the reason I'm writing the word and, there's a concept in probability. Your situation is either or and. Now, if it's or, you're going to add the probabilities or the choices. If it's and, you're going to multiply. So you have 4 and 6 and 8, which in probability speak will be 4 times 6 times 8. Now that's a calculation, and I'll have it on the next page. I got 192. That's it. Okay. Now, part two there says that when Jack visits the restaurant, he discovers that the restaurant still has four starters and six main courses, but is sold out of some of the desserts. So they have less than eight. Okay. Now Jack now has 120 different three-course meal options to choose from. How many different desserts are still available to Jack? So in a sense, this original thing has four unknowns. You could call this C is equal to S times M times D. Now we didn't know what C was in the original. We did know these three things, and we could calculate what C was. This time we know C, which is 120. It's equal to 4 times 6 times we don't know. Now I'm calling that X because, why not? And then I'm just solving for that unknown. So if I was solving out 4 times 6 is 120 is equal to 24x. I can bring the 24 across, and I'm taking over down here. It was multiplied on the right, goes across the equal, it becomes divided. 24 into 120 goes 5 times. Check your answer. Is 4 times 6 times 5 equal to 120? Yes, it is. Okay, so look, that's maybe not, I've never seen that, well, I never remember seeing that asked like that. But this is a bog standard one. I teach level 5 QQI. I'd often ask something like that, and you know, it's nice. People get it, I think. Part B, part one and two, not so much. These really challenge me. I've gotten better at them over years, but I'm always on the back foot. Like I said, this is the hard stuff, in my opinion. So in a large population, 1 in 8 people, so 1 in 8 play tennis. Now, what's not being stated there? Well, that means 7 in 8 don't play tennis. Okay, so that's going to be an important concept. And by identifying that 7/8, I would be very sure you've gotten the 3/5 there. So then it says, for actually what the question is asking, it says 4 people are chosen at random from the population. What is the probability that the fourth person chosen is the only one to play tennis? Now, if your probability of people, okay, whatever you want to call that. So it's not tennis and not tennis and not tennis and tennis. Okay, whatever you want to say that. The and is what matters. So it's 7/8 because they don't play tennis. We said that. Okay, multiply by 7/8, not tennis. Multiply by 7/8, which is not tennis. Multiply by 1/8, which is tennis. That answer is your answer. Okay. So I've done it out here now. I've multiplied it out and got the fraction. And just the decimal equivalent is this. Now, I don't have to go decimal. And it doesn't ask you to round it. So look, why not leave it in fraction form? Just make sure it's obvious what your answer is. Now, I might as well stay on the page here. But and that does seem easier than when I say it than necessarily just figure that out from scratch. Okay, so just if you're not getting that, look, totally understand. Look back at it again, okay, and even practice a different year's question because the same thing kind of comes up all the time. So as you go over different years, you'll hopefully see the similarities. Now in B part 2, I think, okay, which is worth 5 marks, 3 people are chosen at random from the population. What is the probability that exactly 2 of them play tennis? Now this is one thing I don't necessarily always fully get. And you have a concept of permutations and combinations. And the real difference is in a permutation, order matters. In a combination, it doesn't. So I can lock your PIN number for your bank account, whatever your phone. It's usually, if it's a 4-digit code, the order you put it in matters. Okay. Now, if it's a combination, okay, it doesn't matter. If the numbers that were made up your 4-digit code were 1, 2, 3, 4, if you put them in 4, 3, 2, 1, it opens the lock. But in permutation, they have to go in the same order, and that's the difference. So there'll be more permutations than combinations normally. No, I think that's a statement you can say. Now, this is a permutation. The order of the people matter. Because if I say, well, how many people play not tennis? There could be the not person is first and then tennis people second. Or it could be the tennis people are first and last and the not tennis is in the middle. Or it could be that the tennis is. I just realized there I made a mistake. I just gone back on the video and just I did make a mistake there, and it did say TNN, I think. Now, it shouldn't. It should have been TTN. Just 2 tennis players. And my answer was correct. I just had these disordered. Okay, it should be tennis is 1/8, tennis is 1/8, not tennis is 7/8. So it's the same thing. 1/8 by 1/8 by 7/8. It's the same thing as 7/8 by 1/8 by 1/8. But just if you look back at the answer, it wouldn't look right. Okay. So when I multiply all those 3 things together, okay, so I multiply into each bracket and then add, multiply into the bracket and then add whatever, or just this 3 times. Okay, I get this number, and I put it into decimal. Don't need to, but I did, and that's it. Okay, so there's not a very good chance of that happening. Now, that's question 1 of paper 2, the 2020 Leaving Cert Maths Order Level. If you want to copy the notes I'm working off, just send me an email at shanetroy@gmail.com. And if you click subscribe, it will give you access to more playlists and videos and stuff. Okay, thanks very much.